Oh, there it is. Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's the Flat Earth asshole here. I'd like to talk for a minute about gravity. That's one of the best answers we flat earthers get from the globbers, the globe heads, the gleba globba gloobers. They like to say, hey, haven't you ever heard of gravity? Duh. Yeah, I've heard of it. Here's my problem with gravity. What does this? So that's gravity, right? Okay, cool. So this one's gravity. That one's gravity. So what's the difference with the moon? How come the moon doesn't come crashing into us? Like, how come when you get outside of space, the moon starts orbiting around us? Gravity. Okay, so this is gravity. And then when you get into space, moon does this around Earth. Gravity? Yeah, you're getting it. Okay, got it. So how come the sun doesn't spin around us? The sun is bigger, so we spin around the sun. Get it? Okay, so gravity, we go around the sun. Gravity, moon go around Earth. Gravity. So that gravity? Yeah, gravity. Okay, cool. So we don't go crashing into the sun, gravity. Moon doesn't go crashing into Earth, gravity. But this, still gravity? Yeah. Oh, okay. Makes perfect sense to me. Gravity does all these awesome fucking things. So let's talk about it. Let's just talk about gravity. Let's ask some weird questions that no one ever asked but me. I guess I'm the only guy to ever ask this. Okay. So if gravity in space makes these circular objects orbit around each other, why aren't there mini-moons orbiting the moon? You know, little chunks of mini-moons that go around our moon, with little tiny little teeny mini moons going around those. Shouldn't it just keep going on and on? At what point does it stop? I think it's kind of funny. The Earth, big enough to make moon orbit. Yes. Moon, not big enough to make anything orbit. Not even like one little tiny like boulder. No. So the moons don't have mini moons. That's dumb. But planets can have moons. So that's kind of weird how gravity kind of works in space, where you get a sun and you get planets and you get moons, but then it stops. Nothing else. So there's no magical area in between where you have something big enough that just attracts like little granules of sand. There's no magic area in between where there's this moon that's kind of big but kind of not, so it just kind of attracts things, kind of. They've got it perfectly timed out in every galaxy where a moon is just a moon and it doesn't attract anything gravity-wise. Only planets attract moons. Moons can't attract other mini-moons. That's dumb. But planets can attract moons, and suns can attract planets. Oh yeah, gravity. That's why we don't like that answer, is because it's fucking retarded. And I know retarded isn't politically correct, but I'm sorry, your answer to this question, when you guys say gravity to us, we just want to vomit on your face. Don't say gravity anymore. Gravity, oh, and you orbit and do all these things, except you can't ever measure it, you can't ever test it, and there's no equation for it. Show me the equation that proves gravity. Durr. Show me an object here on Earth that attracts other things to it and makes it stick to it or orbit it. Durr. Show me something in space like slightly bigger than the moon that attracts other mini objects that orbit it. Isn't that weird? They didn't just continue with the moon and just say that other small stuff orbits that, and then other little teeny shit orbits that, and it just keeps going and going until there's these little granules of fucking salt just going pew pew pew. That would have been more believable, but instead they just stopped at the moon. Like, the moon is where gravity ends. No more gravity after the moon. So anytime everyone brings up gravity, I want all my flat earth friends to repeat what I just said. Hey man, how big does the moon have to be to start attracting other fucking mini moons? And they'll go, huh? And just repeat the whole mini moon thing to them. And they'll look at you like you're crazy. But really, you're the sane one for asking real questions. They're the fucking idiots for just repeating school book bullshit. That's how it works. I was taught school book bullshit in public school in Modesto, California, and somehow I was able to break free and free my mind. You know how I did it? I watched NASA rockets explode a bunch of times and fly off sideways and not go to space. I watched a bunch of guys behind a green screen faking it and acting like they're on an international space station. Every international space station with that bald fucking idiot who's acting like he's in space, he's always doing backflips. Oh, look at me, I'm in space. I'm gonna do a backflip. Woo! See, I'm in space. You can't do a backflip unless you're in space. Woo! You can't do a backflip if you are in a harness and have a green screen. You can only do a backflip in space. Woo! So he does that at the end of every fucking interview. I don't even want to know his name. He's a bald piece of shit fucking Freemason, paid off asshole liar. And he's on the International Space Station on the ground. And he fucking does a fake backflip in a harness and a green screen. And he's got his shirt tucked like this every time. And he's like, yep, look at me. I'm a bald asshole in space. Hi, I'm on Colbert Show. Yep, I'm doing interviews. If you'll notice, he's always doing this. And his shirt is always like this. There's like these things like this, and he's like, yep, this is how normal people are. This is how normal people float in space. And at the end of every interview, he goes, all right, here I go. Backflip time. Whee! And he does a fucking backflip. Like, dude, how old are you? Like, do you still have to prove to us you're in space by doing backflips? Like, when you were like 20 and you first went to space, I could see you been like, yeah, man, we're doing backflips, front flips, bitch, yeah, we're in space, yeah. But once you're like 60 and shit, shouldn't you like stop doing backflips? We get it, you're in space. Why do you have to prove it? Why do you have to continue doing these backflips and play ping pong with some water? Look, we're playing ping pong with water in space, so it has to be real. But what are you doing playing with water in the fucking International Space Station? Wouldn't that clog your instruments? Like, wouldn't that like mess things up? Dude, you could die at any moment. You could fucking die up there and you're playing ping pong with water? Oh, thanks for stealing my tax money and playing ping pong with water in front of a green screen, dude. Awesome. So next time someone tells me to take out my telescope and look at the fucking international green screen, the International Space Station, I want to tell them the International Space Station could be an airplane with a screen showing you an image. An airplane way up there. Spy plane way up there. And it's showing you an image of an International Space Station that isn't in space, nor is it international. And then they show you a video with some bald fucker on the ground going like this. I'm in space. I'm doing an interview. I'm gonna answer a question and do this. Look, see, I'm in space too, because how else could I be floating? And then he ends the interview with a backflip. Whee! And that proves he's in space. You know how many people will watch that guy do a backflip and be like, I wish I could go to space and do a backflip. Go to the pool and do a backflip, motherfucker. That's kind of like what they're doing. They're doing it in a harness, man. They aren't in space. Watch that bald loser next time he's on there doing this. He never is like this. He's never like, yeah, I'm in space. Whoopee! He's always like this. I'm on the International Space Station. Yeah, this is real. We're on the International Space Station, see? You ready? I'm doing a backflip. Whee! 60-year-old man doing a backflip, playing ping pong with water in space. You know what they're doing? They're fucking with you. They're stealing your money. Stealing your money. They've been doing it since they acted like they landed on the moon. And they're gonna act like they're gonna land on Mars. And they're gonna show us a bunch of movie bullshit. And you're gonna believe it. Because you love your fucking movies so much. That's why they show you space movies. Star Wars. Star Trek. Star, space, space, space. Where's a flat earth movie? Doesn't exist. Where's a movie where they go to the Antarctica ice wall to check it out and then the government stops them? That would be a badass movie, but it doesn't exist. There are no movies like that. Tons of space movies though. You know why? Because Hollywood and the government are connected. They're conditioning you. They're telling you we're going to Mars. And they're going to show you some CGI and some movie bullshit. And just like the moon was directed by Stanley Kubrick this time, who the hell knows who they're going to get? But it's going to be a multi-billion, trillion-dollar movie, and you're going to pay for it. Oh, yeah, let's get back to the main thing. Mini moons. Bring up mini moons. It's awesome. It stops people in their tracks. Just ask them, at what point does gravity just stop affecting moons? Like, so a moon just doesn't have enough gravity to attract other objects as mini moons? Like, where's the variance in moons? Just ask them that and get a fucking globe earther off in the wrong direction, like trying to explain away something they can't. You need to ask the right questions. Get out of these stupid flat earth groups with these shills and start pushing it to the public. Share it where it matters. Share memes that make a difference and portray truth. Make your own memes. I do. I make my own memes telling people to look at the lunar module, and I post a picture of the lunar module and I say, look at the fucking shitty lunar module. Look at it. And that's it. I just let people make their own decisions. Please help me make memes. It's the lowest common denominator to the dumb people who exist these days. You gotta get through to them somehow. I never liked memes, but I had to start making them to get through to people. So make some memes exposing NASA. Expose NASA. Show the pictures that they show you. Point out the bull crap and post it. Share it with your friends. It's hilarious. A bunch of old assholes will show up and try to like defend it and go, well, it looks like a piece of shit, but it was functionable, and they will defend it. And you can just tear them apart and be like, it looks like a fucking tweaker's homeless shelter, bitch. And they will defend trash. And then they'll tell you, you can't see stars in space. And you can be like, yeah, because it's too hard to fool amateur astronomers. And they'll tell you, I saw the curvature on top of a building. You can be like, no, you didn't. You can't see any curvature. Go try and measure it. Refer to the Bedford level experiment. Any type of question they ask you, there's an answer that'll send them running away. Go find the right answer and bash the shills. And better yet, just block them. Block the shills and tell your friends. Space is fake. NASA's fake. The flat earth is real. This is the Flat Earth Asshole. Signing out. Mini Moons.